Alright guys, so we're here again. Second video on my artwork. Last time, most of the artwork I saw, I didn't even remember. And I have a feeling this'll be the case this time too. So, the folder is back, the portfolio is back. That's kind of gross. You see all my oils. Anyway. It's such a big portfolio for how little my artwork is. But alright, I have a good wad of artwork there, so I'm gonna have to crack on so that the video isn't long. And just for the sake of sakes, it is the 21st of December. So we're not in 2025 just yet. But alright, I shall start with this unfinished piece. Is there anything on the back, maybe? Oh, there's a mushroom. I think I showed off one of these in the last video. Well, obviously this is unfinished. I can see why. It's a bit... Well, you know what? I can't see why. I actually don't mind that. I might call that in at some point. But anyway, this is the focus. There we go. Yeah, I'm not happy with this. I remember doing this. This wasn't too long ago. I did this in a bar over here in Yorkshire. This just felt a little too on the nose. Like I was trying to... what's a good way of putting it? Like I was doing a parody of my own artwork. And I could tell pretty early on, clearly, that, yeah, this isn't genuine. This is just me trying to copy what I've already done. It's not right. So, yeah, got rid of that. That'll be that. I'm not going to spend too long on an unfinished piece. Now, I don't know if I can show this. I'll have to cover it up. Oh, the light just fell. Oh shit. I'll be right back, I guess. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. My light decided to fall. Oh, you know, I should have... Oh well, I'll just do this. There we go. There is a pair of... Oh, going in lower than that, I don't think. I'll just... There we go. Yeah, this was a piece. I was trying to experiment with a different style at the time. Is that focusing properly now? Is my lighting all messed up now? I got it perfect just before the video. I think I loosened up the screws. Oh, it's gonna have to be perfect, isn't it? It's just gonna have to do. But yeah. I wanted to experiment with this type of style, whatever. I know it has a style, and mess around with churches. And I was going to give this as a gift, but then it was kind of like, it's a bit, it's not quite my tempo. So I got rid of it. Now I have to find a way to just going to slide it off this way. There is a pair of Boobaloobalubas under there, so I just don't know if I can show that. This, I mean, some people might recognise. I'm pretty sure I got this reference off of Pinterest. But my video look grainy now? Something's weird, but oh well. I did this in that Louisville cafe I mentioned last time. Sapphire. And I believe this was one of the last paintings I did in that cafe. You know, it's a shame because it's not even that great, to be fair. I mean, it's alright. It's alright. But it's not great. It's just a random man with a newspaper on his arm. And here we are. Toads. I knew it wouldn't take long to get to the toads. This is a 23 piece. The rest are 24s. And I remember doing this in a cafe in a place called Brighouse over here in Yorkshire, and it was in behind a flower shop. They had a cafe, and it had bird noises and leaves on the wall and stuff. It was very nice, very calm. And this is where I came up with the concept for the crazy toad. You could probably try read that. I'm not even going to bother reading that because I got a video to make. But it's probably full of grammatical errors and whatnot, but this stuff was never really meant to be seen by other people. It's more for me, so I didn't really care about grammar. Now this, when did I do this? I think, yeah, so just had an explosion of memories. I started this piece on a piece of scrap paper that I swear I've got this somewhere. But I did this I started this on that scrap piece of paper in a bar in Louisville called the Hideaway Saloon. And it was pretty dark in there. For some reason, must have been near Halloween or something, but everyone was watching Jaws. It was a cool bar, man. And I just tucked away in the corner and drew. Kind of weird like that, but can't pick it up. Yeah, this again, it felt a bit. I don't know where I actually did draw it. It must have been in a cafe somewhere, but it might have been at work as well. This is too much of a parody. Again, I inked it, and I thought, this isn't right. This is a little too on the nose, a bit too silly. Stick it away. Now, this is a concept that I did for those mushroom men. I think I showed it in the last art show-off thingy-my-bobby. Not as good, but it's more of a concept. The other one was like, I was stuck in a cafe for ages waiting for someone. And I just remember just adding a lot more. Whereas this was more of a quick warm-up, I think. At least I hope, because that's what it looks like. I don't mind it. I haven't drawn one of these guys in a while, actually. I might draw one of these guys soon. Because I've been doing pretty well on my learning. This is nothing. It's just a sketch. Of a toad. A very posh toad, but most of the toads I have are pretty posh. Yeah, just a guy holding a champagne bottle. And my roommate came up with an idea that I need to add to this, which is a little cocktail stick with a fly on the end of it instead of like an olive. Like, it's a genius idea. But not much to really speak about there. I don't even remember when I did that. Could have been. I mean, it looks like a 24 toad, so I'm going to guess sometime 24, but I can't remember when. And this. I don't know why I kept this. I don't really like this one. It's just off. It's all out of whack. I can't tell you why it's out of whack, but it's out of whack. Yeah, I'm not going to speak much about that one. I don't like it. This one is tiny. It takes up like quarter of the page, really, if you think about it. But I wanted to experiment with drawing people with different colours than obviously the normal colours, and this was just an experimentation. I don't mind it. It's not bad. It's not the worst illustration either, so. But ultimately, I think I did a couple more of those, but I didn't really like them that much. I might come back to it at some point. Another failed thing, and once again more mushrooms. But just a wizard guy. I was thinking along the lines of there's a lot of mushroom stuff going on, houses, cars, people. So I thought, what if there is a wizard behind it that's making it all possible? But it just felt wrong. It's not the worst idea though. I like how I've done the mushrooms in there actually. Oh, well, would you look at that? This is... this isn't anywhere close to what I did. Maybe I'm mixing it up. Not even close. Okay, never mind. Scrap that story I said. I definitely did do a sketch version of this first. But it's not what I was thinking. This is what I did in the bar. Actually, I think this one. There's a lot of weird stuff. I might have to actually redo this one. I got to figure out what to do on the bottom here and get rid of this because it looks like I'm practicing human anatomy. But yeah, I mean, I get a close up. I really don't mind this one. But then again, everything looks good on the sketch and ink phase. It's when you put the paints down, it's the all or nothing moment. Maybe this is as good as a black and white piece. Maybe that's why I never actually... Oh well. I do like that one actually. Here is some tests of just some houses. Really nothing much to look at. And if the camera would like to focus, then yeah, not much to comment on. I was probably just trying different ways to colour buildings for a project. This I remember doing, 23, yep. It is at the Hourglass Bar in Halifax, Yorkshire, and it's probably the first time in a long time that I did a reference drawing thing. I don't do reference drawing. I said that in the last video. I mean, that was looking at a picture and drawing. This was in real life. I was there, looking up, drawing a bit, painted a bit, looking, you know. I don't do that very often. And you got to learn perspective in a whole different way, and especially with this place. I don't mind it. I think the colours are a little washed out in the upper half maybe. Chairs aren't so bad. I mean, it's not bad. I don't mind it. I was going to give it to these people, but by the time I finished, they'd walked off. So it's mine. I did this like 3 days ago. No, about a week ago actually. It's terrible. It was just so I could practice doing the camera and seeing, you know, how it works, set up, the camera quality looks good enough, and all of that jazz. So really nothing special. It's just for practice. And let me tell you, the watercolor on this is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Hey, I might have actually enough time to show you some more. This is a big one. Yep. I was offered money for this. Now, did I say last video I was offered money for a different picture? Because I wasn't. Well, I have been actually, but this, maybe I got something mixed up. Or maybe I'm just making things up in my head. Won't be the first time. But in that art club that I was in, I'm not going to go over it again, but I was offered like $300 for this. I couldn't believe it. But it was definitely this one, right? I can't even remember. All I know is I said no. It's mine. I'm pretty sure it was this one. No, it was the other one. Never mind. But a lot of people have wanted this one. I know that much. That's why I'm getting confused. And I actually really liked this one. It's one of my stronger ones. Yep, that's me. That is me. Let me get a nice close up. There we go. You can see detail. Now, I would like to redo this one with gouache. I've never used gouache before, but I mean, all this looks good. I like all this. This, I struggle a little bit. Watercolor, putting colours on top of colours, it doesn't work very well because it reactivates the colour and it kind of mixes them. Yeah, I like that. It's good. It's good stuff. Alright, I'm going to show a little bit more because, well, it's saying here I've done 15 minutes of voice recording, but with editing I've probably done about 11. Flying through it this time. Must have been talking a lot last video. Oh, I'm bleeding. Yeah. This is going to be a whole bunch of toads. So I hope you like toads. And if you don't, then this video is pretty much finished for you. Let me get my chair. I feel really low down. Right. Now I will say, I think all of these are from 23, so the quality is a little less than what I'm at now. Especially some of these. Jesus, looking at this one. I do like the background on this one, though. But this was a experiment that I did with the toads early on because I didn't know what style I was going to do them in. And this is a bit of a 1950s, 60s, 70s fashioned toad. Obviously, I didn't really know where to go with that. And I was also just having fun. Just seeing how it would look anyway. This is a mushroom. Not a very good one. But it is one, nonetheless. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it's still even now early concept phase, but I kind of like this design of it just being a mushroom on wheels. It doesn't need to be overcomplicated, really. Here is another concept like the other guy. Punk. I love punk. I'm a big punk guy. Not the American punk, sorry, but the British punk, the angry punk, not the whiny punk. Idols is my favourite, I said that last video. So, you know, I thought I'd draw a little punk toad. I'm sure there's a pun somewhere. Little docs on. But the quality of this is I've come far, I'll put it that way. This is a little toad reading a book. I hate the perspective of the book. I wish I took my time. But aside from that, it's you know, it's what it is. There's nothing much to it. I remember doing this in Brighouse next to a is it a lake? Well, no. There's a body of water that narrowboats go on. I don't really know what to call it. We'll see if that's the last. This was the first. I actually thought I'd lost this one. This was the first concept I had for a Toad's Home. And I actually really like it a lot. I kind of, if you remember the big toad piece I did, it's kind of like this with a mushroom instead of whatever's underneath here. Yeah, really like that one. I do not remember where I did that. I don't remember where I did most of these. My brain's all over the place. It'll probably be between Good Karma Coffee in Brighouse and Crust and Crumb in Brighouse. And shamefully, because they were open the latest, and sometimes I just wasn't ready to go home, Costa Coffee. I don't like supporting chains, but hey, if everywhere else closes at 4 and they're up until 6, that's another 2 hours. You can get a lot done in 2 hours. So, anyway, this one, boxing. I haven't done a boxing toad in a while, but for a second I was doing a lot of boxing toads. I think I only kept a couple though. But yeah, this is a scene, a rare landscape. I like this one. Even though it is still, I can tell it's from 23. I really like this one. It fills up the whole page. I like that. I don't really, I must have been using different paints here because the paints are a lot stronger. Another boxer. Another boxing toad. Kind of shouting and his pipe stays in place, kind of like a cartoon. Yeah. It's trying to, it's like moving forward whilst, white guy, that type of shit. So, yeah. This is going the wrong way, and that's what annoys me most about this one. If I was to do it again, this would be like wrapping around behind, because this kind of indicates that something's moving this way. Oh well, gotta get it all. This is pretty sure I mentioned last video about the spider silk mines. This would be the type of guy that owns the spider silk mines to profits. Never actually goes into them, sends other people into them. This obviously rich guy. The whole story that I don't really want to say doing, but I am thinking of currently would be about I don't want to say capitalism as much as greed and materialism. Materialism's a big one. This country and the US is obsessed with materialism. Anyway, I definitely remember being in the crust and crumb when I did this one, because I was looking over the road at the butchers. That's what inspired me to do this one. And I almost gave this one away to the butchers, but I looked at it and I was like, man, this is actually kind of a good piece. I like this one, and I still do. Just a lot of little details. And a rare smiling toad. They don't usually smile like that. Or goofy. But yeah, it really must have been on a creative high that day, because there's so many good little ideas in here. And may I introduce you, please, to the first toad I ever did. You know what? I should. Oh well. Yeah, this is the first toad I did. Pretty much the story behind the toads, I get asked it quite a bit actually, is where the inspiration comes from. It comes from a doorstop. Yeah, that's it. I was in Brighouse. There is this little gallery art shop thing, and in the window, in the front window, there was this little frog in a little waistcoat. And I was like, oh, I want to draw that. I went into Good Karma Cafe, I drew this, and then I never stopped. God knows why. But hey, toads. I don't know, they're kind of fun to draw. And the more I draw them, the more the story evolves. And the more the story evolves, the more I want to draw them, because it's kind of how I write. I write through drawing. I suppose I still have time. I must have really talked in that last video, or I got my time wrong, because I did not show this much last time. Hang on a second. I didn't show this last time? My memory is scuffed. I'm actually getting nearer the end of the stuff I can even show. I've lost a lot of stuff over the years. What are we on? Probably about 23 mark. I'll do my best to go through this. I could probably skip a lot of this, or at least give brief explanations, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright, so we might even be going back to 21. I might be corrected if I see a signature on any of these, but for now I'm thinking 21, 20, 19, 18, it could be anything. This was for a separate story idea, which means it wasn't actually. It was probably 20. It could be 22. It could be 22. Basically, the idea was going to be an origin story for the Grim Reaper, and these were going to be the precursor to demons. They were going to be angels that they still look like angels before they became demons. Pretty much a prequel to hell. There probably is one, but it's a fun concept. This is a terrible drawing. Terrible drawing. I just like the concept. Actually, a lot. This was going to be. Wow, I have improved a lot since these days. But I like the fabric here. It's kind of nice. This was going to be the Grim Reaper before he became a skeleton, and his sai was going to have an axe on the other side. I thought, that's a genius idea. Here we go again. So these were the demons, the angels, and I had a concept at one point to put the wings upside down because they were in hell, so they would have, like, gravity would do it differently or something. But clearly here I didn't do that. And these are the people of hell. They all get turned into this fleshy mush monster, bone worm things. It's not great. It's not great. Not much to say there. It's the money. Here is Idols, the band. I'm actually kind of really happy with a lot of this ink work, honestly. Look at that. It's actually really good. I don't mind that. And again, in 10 years' time, I'll probably say how bad that is. But for now, I actually really like how I've done the hair. I think I used a brush pen there. This is for a great comic book that is very underrated. It's called Mary Boys. I did a bit of fan art for it. There we go. Got a little poster for it as well. I really, really encourage people to go and get Mary Boys. I even have original art framed on the wall. Like, I paid a decent sum of money to get some original pages because I just love. Go look at it, honestly. The art style is something else, let me tell you. Here's a toad. Really hate that. Don't want to speak much about it. Make sure that's focused. Once again, here's a toad. Really dislike it. I tried a modern setting, but the clothes are still old worldy. Awful. This is a bigger piece. Oops. It's alright. It kind of works both way around. I liked how I did that with a face, but this is My abstract pieces are very difficult to me. I can never tell when I'm doing a parody or when it's genuine. It's hard to tell now. This was a little sketch I did on very cheap paper by the looks of it. I have another one here of some type of goblin or something. I kind of like this a lot. Just a goblin with some stone armor or something. I don't really do much fantasy art. I like that anyway. A very nice clean toad. Not much to say about that. Not much to say about any of these ones really. I must have put all the kind of boring ones into one pile, like this one. What's there to say about? Most of these 24. Ooh, more boobies. Can't show that one. Ooh, okay. Alright. This is probably the most rendered watercolor painting I have ever done. And it took forever. And the hat's kind of wonky, but oh well. But yeah, I'm kind of really proud of this. I won't lie, I don't know how I did this. I really don't, but I'm so happy with it. Maybe I should try again at some point. I must have been in a very good mood. Once I did this in Sapphire, so you know what? I'm going to say it's their copy that did that. But I believe, honestly, that might be my whole folder right there. I do have more artwork to show, just not on this video. I think it's older artwork, like way, way older. I'm gonna have to look at it beforehand because it might just be genuinely bad. What can I say? But yeah, I appreciate it. I will be doing a lot of artwork in 2025. I can already feel myself becoming quite, I don't want to say OCD about it, but kinda. Like, I've got to a point now where I just have to do artwork. It's not a want anymore, it's a need. Like, I've got to do it. Sometimes I'll be sat down somewhere and I'll just have my phone and I'll be just, all of a sudden this urge, bam, it just hits me. Like, oh, I've got to do artwork. I'll start getting itchy and get antsy in my pants. I'm like, oh, I need a thing that can draw and something to draw on. Don't care what, just need it. It's been happening a lot lately. So yeah, expect a lot of artwork to be popping up. Also, real quick, before my camera gets full on memory, I have 2 minutes and 21 seconds. What I got a stamp. I got my own stamp, which is my signature. It's so cool. And let me show you an example of it before the camera dies. Some post that's going out. And something just drops on the floor. Look at that. Oh man, it's great. This one I didn't use enough wax. I should have tested it beforehand. One more. My favourite, red and gold. Look at that. Ugh. Eventually I would like to get green paper. This is very cheap recycled paper. It's kind of there. If I could get nice forest green, thicker paper with the red and the gold. Maybe I fold it up so that there's pockets. So I can put, you know, business cards or little stickers, all sorts in there. I'm so excited to potentially do something with my artwork and have this be the packaging. Presentation is so important. Alright, well, I've got a minute left, so I'm going to wrap up. I'm still... okay. I appreciate it, guys, and my next video is probably not going to be me showing off my artwork. I might even do a time-lapse. I haven't done any time-lapses yet, so we'll see. I'll surprise you. But, alright, that's it, guys.